Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all my students of Wan Sakura from PPKI SK Bandar Laguna Merbuk. So here we are for English Year 1 and you guys are going to learn about my classroom with Teacher Diana. Okay, for today's activities, there are 4 sessions and the first session will be follow the steps where you will watch a video about an exercise and you have to follow all the steps and all the actions. The second one, I will explain to you about the classroom rules. And then the third session, I will introduce you about the class of Wan Sakura. And the last one, I will give you a task that is related to today's topic.
Form bananas. Peel bananas. Go bananas. Go, go, go. Form the corn. Form the corn. Peel the corn. Peel the corn. Pop the corn. Pop the corn. Pop the corn.
Form potato. Form potato. Slice potato. Slice potato.
Mash potato. Mash potato. Mash potato. Form the orange. Form the orange. Peel the orange. Peel the orange. Squeeze the orange. Squeeze the orange. Squeeze the orange. Form the onion. Form the onion. Dice the onion. Dice the onion. Cry from the onion. Cry from the onion. Cry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Form bananas. Form bananas. Peel bananas. Peel bananas.
Go bananas. Go bananas. Go. Everybody, let's go bananas. Go bananas. Let's go bananas. Go bananas. Let's go bananas. Go bananas. Go.
Bananas!
Okay, now we are going to learn about the classroom rules. Now let's see what are the rules. Okay, now let's see what are the rules. The first rules is you have to walk in the classroom and you cannot run or make a noise when you are moving around. Second, you have to be kind to your classmates and make sure to help each other. Next, you have to listen to the teacher and make sure you follow all the instructions given. The fourth rule, you have to stay in your seat unless you have to go to the toilet or you have to go to in front of the class when your teacher asks you to. And then the fifth and last classroom rules is you have to raise your hand to talk. You cannot talk out of turn. Okay, now let's move on to the next session where I will introduce you guys to the students of class of Wan Sakura. Okay, as you can see here, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the students in the class of Wan Sakura. So we have 7 students in total. They are Jazlan, Habib, Adam, Uwais, Amar, Adli, and Filza. Okay, now make sure you remember all of your friends here. Okay, now we are in the class of Wan Sakura and we currently are sitting for English exam. Okay, can you guess where is the student? Okay, here is Amar. So he sits at the front row on the left side. Next is Uwais. So Uwais will also sit at the front row besides or next to Amar. Okay, can you guys guess who sits beside Uwais? Okay, it is Habib. Habib sits at the front row besides Uwais. And who is the students that sit on the far right? Okay, so it is Jazlan. Okay, the four of them will sit at the front row. How about the back row? Okay, Filza will sit behind Jazlan and Habib. Adli will sit behind Habib and Uwais. And then Adam will sit behind Uwais and Amar. Okay, so Adam, Adli and Filza will sit at the back row because they are taller than the students on the front row. Okay, now you have to remember the positions for each of the students. Okay, Amar, Uwais, Habib and Jazlan sits at the front row. Filza, Adli and Adam sits at the back row. Okay, now I'm going to make all of them disappear. Okay, so now we have to remember which students sits at which desk. Now, I want to know who sits in the middle. Can you guys remember? Okay, let's see. Okay, so it is Adli. Adli sits at the center or in the middle and the back row. How about this place? Who sits on the front row on the far right? Let's see. Okay, it is Jazlan. Okay, how about the far left here? Okay, let's see. Okay, it is Amar. Amar sits at the front row on the left side. Okay, next I want to know which students sit here. Okay, the student sits beside Adli. Do you guys remember? Okay, now it is Adam. Adam sits at the back row next to Adli. Okay, now how about this place next to Adli and behind Jazlan? I'm going to give you guys a clue. So the student is the only girl in the class. Do you guys know who she is? Okay, so it is Filza. Filza sits beside Adli and behind Jazlan. And how about these two places? The remaining two places. Let's see. Okay, so Habib sits here in front of Adli and Filza and also next to Jazlan. Okay, now we have Jazlan, we have Habib, we have Filza, Adli and Adam and also Amar. Okay, there are 6 of them, but the students of one Sakura have 7 students. Do you guys remember who is the one last student? Okay, let's see. Okay, it is Uwais. So Uwais sits at the front row in between Amar and also Habib. Okay, now I hope you guys can remember all of your friends' name as well as their place. So thank you for helping me identifying their places. Okay, now we have arrived at the task session for today's subject. Let's see what are the tasks that I have prepared for you guys. Okay, as you can see here, now let's have a look at the right part first. So you can see a hand here. Okay, and at the center is 5 classroom rules, which is what we have learned before. And look at the left side. Okay, now let's read. the instruction. You have to color, cut, and paste the classroom rules in each finger according to the correct sequence. So there are 5 rules here. You have to color each of them, and then you have to cut it and paste it in each of the finger. So the first classroom rules is walk in the classroom. Okay, so you have to color and cut the rules and then paste it on the thumb finger. Okay, and then the second rules here, the third rules here, the fourth rule, and the last one, the last finger will be the fifth rules. Okay, so I hope you guys can understand the instructions and complete all the tasks correctly. That's all for today. Thank you for attention and also your cooperation during today's lessons. I hope you guys can remember all of your friends' name, especially for one Sakura, as well as their desk or place at the class. So don't forget to stay at home and stay safe. I hope to see you guys next time. So thank you and bye.